Hi, this is Cecilia. Welcome back to my channel and Graphic 45's channel. Today I want to share with you a new project. We are almost finishing this year, amazing year, being a brand ambassador for Graphic 45. And for today's tutorial, I'm going to be using these craft chipboard sheets. I think that I've used 2 of them to make my pieces, and of course I'm going to use this Grow with Low paper collection. I have here the ephemera assortments. I already used some of them for making a card, a pop-up card that I really wanted to do. And I have also my chipboard tags and frames, which are amazing, just gorgeous. I love them. And the new cardstock sticker sheets, and they are really a little heavy cardstock, so they are also amazing as embellishments. With these new releases, it's so easy to embellish any project, and that's what I am going to try to do with this mini, quite mini, but hopefully a beautiful mini album. Okay, and of course the star, the ribbon transfer set. I also use some of them, but we have 2 sheets here, both amazing and so easy to play with, and they will give you that extra touch to any project. I have also my 8 by 8 paper pack, my 12 by 12 paper pad, and my patterns and solids. These are the papers that I selected already. Probably I'm going to change because why not? These 3 are from patterns and solids. Now this is Plant Your Memories. This is in the front. I'm going to be using maybe the B side. Bright Beautiful Day, which are so I love this so much. They are so beautiful collection. Blooming Beauty, and of course it is beautiful, and of course it's blooming, it's spring already. And this Garden Club, which has these strips, great for any decoration. Okay, so the first thing that I made with my 8 by 8 Grow with Low paper, I just cut, this was here and this was here. So I fussy cut this, and I am thinking that I am going to try to fussy cut all of this background, at least here, maybe here, not neither here. And then I'm going to be using this in the top. Why I did this in advance? Because that gave me the measurements for decorate here. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so we need 2 pieces. I cut one of my sheets at 8 inches tall, and then 2 pieces that measure 5.5. When I have my rectangles, the only thing that I did is measure 6 in one side and 6 to the top in the other side. Find my center, which was 5.25, and then cut here. I use one as my template in this way, and that's it. Now we need 2 pieces that measure 5.5 by 6. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is to size these 2 down, because we are going to have these flaps here, and this is going to be here. The flaps are going to be in the top. Okay, my pencil, and double check if this is aligned properly, which it is. And now we just cut this down, and this is not 6. Now I'm going to tell you, because this should be 5.5. And I'm going to save my leftover pieces if I want to use them later for the decoration. Okay, now what I am going to do is cover all the edges with masking tape, and I'm going to show you the way that I like to do it. And if you want, of course, you can use your washi tape, but I don't have enough and I don't want to use it just one part of the project. So I'm going to be using my masking tape, which is, you need to center it here best you can. This is 1 inch wide, so I know it will be covering everything. Now and of course this tape is not pretty. That's why I'm going to use this vintage silk wax to distress, kind of distress my edges. Okay, just to add something nice. Of course, the Graphic 45 new washi tape is gorgeous for this project, but I think I don't have enough and I don't want to do it if I am not sure it is enough. Okay, so I'm going to do exactly the same with all the pieces, and then we continue attaching our papers. I almost finished adding my masking tape, but before we continue, because these pieces are just rectangles, it's going to be easy to cut just taking the measurement. But with these pieces, I like to make it easier. Okay, so I'm going to cut first my papers, and then I will add the masking tape and all of that. And I want to tell you how am I going to do it. I want this side of Blooming Beauty for my outside, so this is going to be, I also add A front and B front, A side of course and B side, and this is the back, because I need to be sure they are both aligned. I don't know why, but when I put it in this way, there are no perfectly aligned. So as soon as I know this is aligned, this is my A side and this is my A side, back and front. So I want this paper here and I want this paper in the back. Okay, be careful with that. So I turn my paper down, and now, well, I don't know why, but I start with the B side here. But remember, this side, it's going to be in the front, or I mean outside. So I'm going to align it here perfectly, and then I just draw my lines. All right, and now, oh, this is the B side. I'm sorry, this is going to be here. And then when I draw my lines, because this is my front side, which I want that paper, it's going to be here, facing down the paper, okay? And then I just draw my lines, and now I know that I can cut this and save this piece, and now just separate these two pieces and cut them. And in that way, it's going to be easier later just to remove if we need to remove a little bit of paper, all right? And this is going to be my template for the inside papers that I'm going to choose in a moment. I'm going to choose my paper for the front, because this is going to be a little bit tricky. When I start watching my album, this it's going to be the first, or the cover, okay? This is the inside the cover, but we will make something as an album. This is going to be my front cover, but as a house, this is going to be the outside, okay? You will understand in a moment if I am not explaining properly. Now, B side of the back, this one, and again, in a moment of camera, I'm going to cut this, and this I already cut it, this paper for the back, which is going to be inside, okay, in this way. When we see the album, we will be watching this inside, okay? Now, the sides, because I don't want to be confused, what I did, left side, this is my A side, which is this. A is outside, okay? And for the, let me see, no. This is going to be this, 12 by 12, of course. It's going to be here. Inside, what I want to see is this piece. Now, we need to make one flap that is going to be attached here, okay? And I am going to add this paper inside, I mean, in this way, and this from the 12 by 12 for the outside, in this way. And now, we have, this is the B side, and this is the A right side. This way, because we will open, and I want my house outside in pink, but I am not sure of the front, because we will decorate with the fence, not the fence, the, oh yes, it's a fence, the boots and all of this. So I am not sure the paper for that reason. And this are from the 8 by 8 as well as this, okay? Here I am using same papers. This is from the 8 by 8 and this is from the 12 by 12. Yes. So we are going to see in this way, okay? And I'm going to use my magnets. Where are you guys? Here, that I've got in AliExpress, and they measure 1/4 of an inch, okay? And here it's important to use, I don't want to be so close to the border, because it's better if we don't see the magnets, okay? When we attach the papers, we are going to make a decorative hinges to connect all the pieces, hopefully it's going to be in that way. Okay, so this is going to be for my back. In the right side, in the A face, we are going to add 3. This is the outside. Okay, so let me left this dry it a little bit, and I'm going to stick already all my pieces, and as I told you, I'm going to try to size down all the pieces there. Let me tell you one by one what I prepare. For this one, I use some, well, the biggest frame because it's so beautiful. And the way that I did it, let me show you with another one that I already have here. First, in all of them, I made exactly the same. I add some acetate in the back, and then I just use pieces of chipboard to stand this up a little bit. And in this case, I add a paper, just a piece of paper to see around a little bit. You can leave more or not as you wish, but you need to be careful that it needs to fit here inside. And I think it's a good idea to add a mat, maybe one that measures 3¼ by 5½. Okay, and I already have here my piece, and I cut at 3⅛. It depends how wide are your chipboard pieces. You can see here this is less wide than this one because you need to check on the piece where exactly to add the chipboard. Okay, so this is going to be here inside as a picture mat. And now I think I am going to use this beautiful piece just to take this in and out. I found this piece of patterns and solids, and I'm going to use this one. Okay, let me show you the way that I want to do it. I'm going to add my glue in the top half, and now I am going to stick, well, not first in all the piece. Yes, let's, oh no, I'm sorry, no, I don't want to add in the bottom because I want to be able to put my picture there. Okay, so let's try to center this the best we can. Okay, we need just a little bit of glue here in the very edge. Okay, and I think that's align it. And now let me clean here first. I'm going to add some glue here, but I am not going to come to the edge. Okay, now I need to see here it is aligned here in the front. Okay, okay, and this it's going to be here inside, and we have room to put this down because I add my chipboard strips in the sides. Okay, if I use my ruler, I can press a little bit here. Now I want to add this adorable chair. I need to remove these pieces. Be inside of this, okay? Don't add this down. Keep inside of this edge, okay? And here I am just going to use so I have all these pieces that I cut, and as you can see, I remove the inside as well. So probably I want first to add and use some of these gorgeous ribbons. Now this part, be careful because you already made the opposite side and you don't want to damage this. But I think if we use some of this beautiful greenery here in this side, it's going to look great. And now carefully you can use the wooden stick that is included, or you can use your own folder as I am doing it. Okay, and because this is going to be here, yes, I'm going to attach this one here. Okay, this is the idea, and now let me explain you. You watch that I add these ribbons, this first this one, then the purple, the flower, and spring is in the air. Now, what I am going to do, I actually add pieces of chipboard, but I wanted this piece available, not with chipboard, and this is just to separate from the background, okay? The chipboard, it's only that purpose, okay? But also because I want to use this as a pocket. So let's start building this up, and I will try to center it and not coming to the very bottom edge, okay? This needs to dry. This tiny butterfly, it was there, but I am going to overlap it a little bit on this piece, okay? Now, I added 2 layers of chipboard on all of them, but in this side, in this corner, because it's going to be here, I added 3 because this has only one, okay? And now I want this here, and here I just add one layer of chipboard, okay? And this one has 2 layers. Yes, this should be open because when I fussy cut all of this piece from the signature sheet, I also, oh no, this is from another sheet. I cut down these pieces just because they are so beautiful. I am going to add them here. One, it's here. The other one, it's going to be here. And the tickets as well. We have room to put all of that inside. Okay, so now we are going to move. This is the cover and this is the back of the cover, but it's going to be the outside. Now, I was thinking you can do it easily before you add this, but I want to use some of these gorgeous ribbons. Maybe this pot, try to put it in this side. The importance here is to be really careful. Now let's see if this is working. Yes, it is working. So cute, so cute. I like it. Okay, before we continue constructing these pages, I think it's important to start joining them. In this case, because this will be shown outside, I'm going to add my hinges, and I am using cream cardstock, and this is from AK Success, and I don't know the name. I will try to find it, but you can see here there are some I don't remember the name of this shape, but it's something simple, not too elaborated, because later we can go over with some piece of paper just to decorate there. Okay, that's my idea. So I cut strips for this, for joining these flaps on the top. I cut 2 pieces that measure 1.5 inch, and I score it at the half. I mean, it's 3/4 of an inch, the half. And later I just cut using my scallop punch, okay, in both sides, trying to keep the waves or the scallops in the same position. Okay, now because this it's going to open to the right, I'm going to start here with the full scallop. So let's first join the pieces here. I am just adding this, not on top. I am not sure if you are able to see it, not on top of the scoring line, but in the side, just in the side. Okay, we are going to do the same with the opposite one, and remember, don't add your glue to the till the scoring line. Okay, it's important, that step. Okay, now we need to assemble the pieces, and this will be outside, and this is going to open in this way. So we need to connect this and this, okay, in this way. So now this measure it 1.25. That was the measurement, and I just scored at a half, which was 5/8 of an inch, and then I made my scallops. Now, because this needs to connect these two pieces, and we have here, this is straight and this is in diagonal, I am going to make my mark in the back with my pencil. I am just aligning. This corner needs to be on the edge, okay? I already made my mark, so now I can cut this straight. And now I can see it fits perfectly there. And now I just need to make my another pencil mark here to cut the bottom. So in this way, this is going to be aligned here, and now I just need to cut, mark first here straight. Only this side it's going to be cut straight. So this will be here, and this will be here. Yes, something like this, okay? Okay, I want you to see this is 1.25, and I just scored at 5/8 of an inch. Now, I have a pencil mark here where the scallop begins, so in that way I know where to put my paper to get the full scallop there in that side, okay? Now I am going to start in the opposite side, and I'm going to make my pencil mark one more time to see where to start, because now I need to start in this opposite side, okay? And it doesn't matter if it is perfectly aligned, but you can see it's almost perfect there. Okay, now remember this flap, it's going to open to the right side, so we are going to attach it in this way, okay? And now we need to connect these two sides. So first I will try to align them. And yes, it's about 1/8 of an inch where I am not going to add the glue, okay? A gap. So we align here in the bottom, especially in the bottom. Now we need to connect this side with the back, okay? And if I need to remove, I will remove later in the bottom, okay? Let me see, because yes, I want, maybe this is 1/6 16 off, or maybe a little bit more, to the edge, to the scoring line. Yes, it's almost 1/8 of an inch what I am leaving there. Okay, and before we attach the other, we need to be sure this is dry. And now here, what we are going to do is crease with this line. Okay, don't forget that you need to put this here. Okay, so here that I know where I will try to line it here and make my crease. Now here I have my mark, because now we need to stick this piece here. Okay, I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 hinges, and all my strips measured 1.5, and then I just cut at the half and made my this one, my scallop punch. Okay, but before we attach, I think it's important to decorate a little bit here, here, and here. I will try to do it one by one. Let me add this little one here, close to the chair. This gorgeous, gorgeous bottle. There we go. But I will try to be really, really careful. There we go. I will try that's perfect. It is can. I am just going to concentrate in these two. I want my stamp here in all of this. Take your time when you're removing the plastic, because if you do this slowly, you can see clearly if there is some piece that you need to insist more. Okay, and I am washing here, and that's perfect. In this way, when we open the house, we will have some decoration in this side and some decoration in the opposite side as well. Also in the back we could add something. Yes, why not? Including that butterfly. before I attach, I'm going my hinges, I'm going to make my decoration here and here. In this side, let me remember, this is for this side, and all of these are for this side. Okay, you already watch. Oh, I want to add something here as well, why not? Okay, you already watch, and I explained you that I add my acetate on the back, and it's better if you want to add the ribbon, you do it before you attach these chipboard pieces, okay? Now, because we are going to stick this, align it with the bottom and with this side. Okay, let's continue, and I am going to explain you because I was testing how to join these flaps here with the back of the house, and I did one side in advance, as you can see here, but I'm going to show you how to do it with the opposite side. The first thing that I am going to do, well, actually I already did it, is to use one of my hinges strips like this one. I measure here in the back, as you already know, to see where this is going to fit, and then I just made my pencil mark here and here in the bottom. And of course, with this in mind, I also made my measurements here. First, I draw this line and this one without cutting, and later I move this piece to the opposite side to mark my lines here and here, and then cut. Now we need two pieces exactly the same, okay? So I think that I'm going to remove a little bit this. Now let me tell you something. We need to be sure that the scallops are aligned, and mine are aligned here. So I'm going to mark with my pencil where I need to cut, okay? I am just following the lines that I'm going to erase in a moment, of course. So let's cut this first. Now I'm going to erase here. And another important thing, we need some room here. I don't know if you can see it. Yes, this is from the center scoring line. I made a pencil mark at 1/4 of an inch. It's almost 1/4 of an inch. It's about 3/16. So I am going to use, here is my center scoring line. I am going to align it in my mat, right here, in here, and then we just can make the next scoring line here, okay? And that's what I'm going to do using my scoring board. Now when we attach this here in the center, let me see, here in this way, we have here at 1/2 inch the pencil mark where I am going to score my second line, and we are ready to add this. Now in this side, because we need double here to add the magnets, are between these two pieces, okay? And this is almost on the edge of my embellishment, so I try to put it down the embellishment, okay? And now I think it's going to be better if we start attaching this piece in the flap, okay? Here we need to be careful to remove the excess, if there is some excess here. Yes, now this is perfectly aligned. And you can see here, here is my first scoring line, and I have the second at about 1/8 of an inch. So this needs to be on top, and I'm going to mark my second scoring line and my first one, and this needs to be a stick exactly on top of this in the same way, and this needs to dry, so I'm going to wait for a moment to dry, and then we can continue adding the magnets to join them here in the back. Okay, probably we can manipulate here. Now, to be sure that we need to align this corner with this corner in order to attach the magnets properly, okay? So we open here, close here, and now the magnet knows where to go. Probably here it's going to be easier if we try to feel where the magnet is. And mine is like here. And now we need to do the same. This here. Now I am just letting the magnet come down. I'm going to wait a moment that this dries, because now we need to close. Probably we can add our glue here. And when I made this one, I noticed one thing. Now the interior or the walls are more bulkiness, so we need to do something about it, because I don't like how this closes. Okay, let me check. Yes, here we are. Now this is closing here, and we built the house. Press this to the back with the first hinge, and that's what is adding more bulkiness. Now when we close this, it's really difficult, and I don't like the idea to keep this like so. So I'm going to remove this hinge and this hinge. Probably it's a good idea to add the one that is going to be here. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to align this with this edge, okay? And I am going inside as much as I can, of course. Now in the opposite side, I already made my pencil mark, and I'm going to make a next one here, just to be sure, here in the bottom where to cut, and here where to score, okay? And we will manipulate it later. So first let's cut here, and I'm almost sure it's going to be like that. Okay, let's try by this side. We need to cut a second one exactly like this, okay? So I'm going to start adding this flap, okay? There we go. If I need to cut a little bit later, I will do it. I am just trying to align it with this one. Don't crease the paper yet, okay? You need to wait a moment until this catch all the glue, okay? This should be more easy now to move it. And carefully, we try to crease the paper here. Now, the best way to do it, let's remove one more time my magnets. And here we need to be sure it is aligned with the bottom as well, okay? Okay, let me remove the top one. One, two, and three. And now you can make a pencil mark to see where to add your magnet. Just a little pencil mark, okay? And now we can connect the two pieces until you feel it is properly stick, okay? This will be just as an embellishment, okay? And I am just going to cut. Yes, we can do it. Why not? So let's do it. I am just aligning this here, okay? And I cut this straight here. And now this should be like an angle. And now, one more time, I am just going to align it here and here and press here. We will try to mark the paper here the best that we can, okay? And I was thinking that probably we can use this beautiful washi tape like this. Yes, it's going to look amazing if we use this as decorative piece. Oh yes, I like it. In this way we will be adding something extra here. Okay, now we need to fix the hinges because I don't like in that way. We are going to remove this one and this one, okay? And you need to use a really sharpened knife, and I'm going to cut this, and this is a recommendation. Always try to put the pieces left in a bottle because you don't want to be the cause that the people who recollect the garbage get damaged. Okay, so I'm going to follow here. I am just placing it at the side, at this edge. Now I will do it in the opposite side. In this wasn't enough, and this was almost 7/16, and I'm pretty sure that we will need more than a half an inch for this side. But first we will start with this side. Okay, I cut a strip of paper that measured 1.5, and I already scored at a half an inch in one side. Now let's make the scallops here. Okay, I already made my scallop here. Now I want to crease the scoring line, and this should be in this way. So we need to measure here, and remember, it is important to leave more room here because we have an angle on the back. So first here, I know I have this aligned, and I know where to cut my bottom. Now I can cut straight here, and here I can cut straight as well. Now I need to measure my back, and probably here. I'm going to measure here, and I'm going to make a pencil mark here just to be sure where I need to make my second scoring line. And this center line. Okay, let's see if this is working. We hope. So this will be here and this will be here. Let's see how they work. Oh yes, much better. And I am going to start adding this piece, and of course my limit for the glue is this scoring line, and this is the best moment to erase all the pencil marks because later it's going to be more difficult. All right, so this is going to be like so, and on top of this. So now it's the moment to attach it here. And we are just going to add the glue. Probably I need to cut later a little bit there, okay? But I can do it later. I am just covering the previous one, okay? The best we can. And now we can see that this closes properly, okay? And now we need to join here, this one. Okay, guys, let me tell you, I was testing, and definitely we need, I think the piece that we need should measure 1 3/4, and I score at a 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch and at 1 1/8 to have a 5/8 of an inch gap. Okay, and now I think that I need to start making my marks. I'm going to start with my back. Okay, this is going to be here. Let me use one clip to secure it here on place, and now I can check here in the back to make my pencil mark. Here we are. I need to go here straight. Let me use something to hold it and see if this fits. Here perfectly. And now the most important thing is to see if the album closes perfectly without doing this. Okay, and yes, it works. Let's this piece dries because now we are almost finishing, and I am going to add this in all my edges as well, and then I'll come back. Okay, this is it. There is a little bit of tricks here to close properly here, because if I didn't use these tricks, it doesn't work properly. Okay, so let me explain you. Now this will be moving, of course. I added my washi tape, which is so beautiful. I really love it. I didn't use glue, but I am going to definitely use some glue to secure it. But I really need to finish this project and start the tutorial that you are watching right now. Okay, you can see here there is this beautiful now here is the trick. Remember, we add here a 1/4 of an inch, almost a 1/4 of an inch, and here we add a lot of, so much more. So it's what I did. Let me tell you. Using my scoring board, I just open it in this way, and the flaps, this one, the new ones, I just made some scoring lines. I align it here with my 6, and I just made every 1/8 of an inch. Okay, that allows me to play with the paper, which it's the best solution. Again, this is just align it there, and then make my scoring lines, and now we can move them in this way carefully. Of course, you don't want to damage these. And also this one. So when we close our house, we can move all this gap to the inside to join this wall and this one the best we can, and also here. In this way, we know that we can have some room here. Now we can join them there, and this is just some decoration, remember? And that's it, guys. I hope you like it. Maybe you will see in the pictures something different in the decoration outside, because I have more of my embellishments. I have plenty of the embellishments to use them and decorate a little bit more this house, album house. Now when you want to use this as an album, you just need to move it back to the album shape, and I think it's a nice idea. I mean, the importance here is to be always happy with all the things that we can do. And now it closes properly, you can see here. So thank you so much, guys. And if you want to try this, don't forget to tag me and tag Graphic 45. This paper collection is really adorable for the spring pictures, and I think this is a lovely idea. Thank you so much.